Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what we're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
I gotta make a sub real quick, bro. Hold on. All right, here we go. Damn, I couldn't even make a sub, nigga.
back. It's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up a throw. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive the starter with field position is facing 4th down.
Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. And that is not going to get there.
Oh,
they missed it short. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The Ravens sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. To throw is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 27. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Edwards. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Second down and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker with the extra point. And we are tied 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 3rd down, Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Perrion Winfrey brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. He's got the first down and more. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's Watson on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cleveland first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They'll try the air now with Watson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know from working with you that you're about as old school as they come. Your thoughts on throwing that ball for the 1-yard line?
I just got done walking my dinosaur, as you well know, and ordinarily I'm screaming, run the football from the 1-yard line. But if you are going to throw it, just take extra care. That didn't happen there, and they turned the ball over.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Complete to Likely. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Dobbins is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, he sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. They find some open field here. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku from 4 yards out. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
People across the league have Dobbins picked as one of the likeliest breakout players for 2021. Unfortunately, that all changed after a torn ACL, but those expectations still remain the same for 2022. This is a guy who many believe can be one of the league's leaders in rushing this season and a true workhorse for the Baltimore backfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A give up the middle to Dobbins. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at Got the plug introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers.
I told my boys, it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track, I was messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since to be.